Hello, this is Mike with SIMA Pro, and today we're going to talk about working a T65 list. This was a live webinar and live chat session we had in early June. So if you missed the webinar portion, here it is. The live chat notes are posted as well. So I just want to thank all our pro members for their support. If you ordered a T65 list from us during our promotional time, they're on their way. If you have any questions, call us. And don't forget, the more you mention it, the more you will sell. The more you mention the products and services you offer, the more you're going to sell because it makes people more aware. So a T65 marketing list is really three top ways, or really three inexpensive ways to use a T65 list, and that's door-to-door, cold calling, and mailers. But the most important piece of advice I could give you is to do something with it. Don't just sit on the list and think about what you're going to do. If you haven't done any door-to-door marketing, this is a prime opportunity to do it. Same with cold calling and mailers. It gives you the opportunity to start marketing a new niche or get back out there. And of course, if you received a free list, it's a perfect opportunity because you've got no money invested in it. Even if you buy a list off of somewhere or Lead Shack, who offers free data downloads or unlimited data for only $50 a month, that's still an inexpensive way to get out there and start marketing. So door to door, if you haven't done door-to-door marketing, it does take some time, but it's great practice for your script. People are definitely more polite in person. You don't have to worry about caller ID or voicemail interrupting your sales day, for the mere fact that most people will open the door if someone's standing at it because they don't know who's standing there. There's no caller ID box on the back of their door that says insurance agent on your step. It doesn't happen. They answer the door, see who it is, and tend to be more polite. And it's also easy to get started. You just roll up to the house, knock on the door, and say why you're there. So it's better than sitting in your office and trying to figure out what to do. I knocked on a lot of doors back in the day. I preferred doing that over cold calling. I didn't like cold calling, wasn't very good at it. Never get on the phone. I talked too fast, I tried to get off the phone too quickly. So I went door to door, and much more effective for me. That's the other part of all these marketing techniques is if you don't like doing something, you probably won't be very good at it. So make sure you offset it by being better at something else. So cold calling, if you don't want door-to-door, or as I recommend, mix it up a little bit. Do a little bit of each, but if you want to do your own cold calling, it's a great practice list, T65 lists. Don't burn other paid leads. Work through your script and wording with the most inexpensive leads possible. For the mere fact that if you're ordering internet leads for $12, $13, $15, $20 a pop, and they say no, that's an expensive no. Same with business reply cards. But if you're calling off a list where maybe the only pennies on the dollar for each person says no, much more cost effective to get a no on that than using paid leads. So again, I was not a big cold caller. I did not like cold calling. I used a local telemarketer to telemarket for me, and I door knock. So I combined the two. I knew I was losing business by cold calling myself for the mere fact I wasn't good at it. So I just mastered the art of doing door-to-door more efficiently. The last thing is mailing. Now, I don't recommend using this for a business reply card. I always recommend using a mail house for business reply cards because they have pieces that have shown in the past what they've pulled, so you can take a look at what the current pieces are returning at. If you are designing your own piece, there's no guarantee that you're going to have a decent return. In fact, I've seen some agents design their own pieces that look very nice and got 0% back. So the couple $100 they spent on designing and mailing and all this, nothing back. It's a horrible investment. So definitely use the mail house with proven techniques. But if you want to do a mailing on your own, I'd say send a personalized piece to the prospect. And you could do this with maybe a little birthday card, maybe a turning T65 flyer, whatever you come up with. Another trick that I've used in the past, not trick, but method I should say, is invite them to a seminar. Have a recurring T65 seminar. It shows that you're a local expert. It's a great way to get a handful of people in the same room. And if you have it recurring each month, you could tell your current book of business. If you have questions about Medicare, I do basic Medicare presentations once a month. If you have friends turning or aging into Medicare, bring them with. I'd be more than happy to talk to them there. Again, birthday cards is one, and we're getting some resources together for T65 seminar outlines and PowerPoints on SIMA Pro. So look for those soon if they're not already there when you're watching this. But the best thing is to be creative. You want to stand out from the crowd. There are lots of people after the same people you are. The T65 market is typically one of the most heavily marketed groups out there in the Medicare field. Because they've got guaranteed issue, all your carriers are marketing to them, FMOs, agents, they got commercials, radio ads. It's just a heck of a market to be working, but doesn't mean it's not rewarding. But you have to figure out what makes you different. Why you? That's why I've always liked doing the local seminars, because not a lot of agents do those. So it makes you stand out from the crowd. Whatever else you could bring to the table that makes you unique from every other agent out there, and why should they do business with you? That's what you need to convey when you're talking to the T65 crowd. So from here, we went to the live chat, which is posted on SIMA Pro. So go ahead and you could read the chat, and if you have any questions, feel free to post them on SIMA Pro. You could go to the Ask SIMA Pro part, put in your question, and we'll post it on SIMA for you and get some answers. So thank you again for being a SIMA Pro member, and we'll see you online.